Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today I wanted to try out and show y'all this new gun called the K416. It's definitely one of the better guns in Delta Force Mobile, and I think right now I'll post a screenshot over as to what the setup is. Yeah, so it's definitely a very good gun, right? The TTK, or the time to kill, is very low, right? But the recoil is definitely high, so y'all definitely have to like try to level it up first to get the other attachment. Okay, let's drop right into it. Yeah, as y'all see, kind of bought that skin for like $1. I think they were having the offer. Yeah, and damn, yeah, see, yeah, the recoil is super low. Yeah, so what I really wanted to like preface is like, just let me know what type of content y'all want, right? I was thinking of doing more of a commentary about like my life in Singapore and like going to university here, right? And if there's something y'all like really are interested in, just drop a comment, or y'all will rather me like commentate over the games. Should, yeah. Yeah, so so I guess today I was like thinking about like
Allied troops neutralizing objective
like
Bravo
shows
2.
or like philosophy in general. I think there's this one's philosophy called Stoicism. I'm sure many of y'all probably will have heard of it. Right. Do no evil, signal evil to your enemies. Right. I think that's a very noble philosophy to live by. Right. I think y'all can definitely read up on it in a book called Meditation by Marcus Aurelius. Should. Yeah, the recoil is super low, guys. Yeah, and definitely turn on gyroscope. Gyroscope is what like allows me to like tilt my phone down and like control the recoil. Let's go. Yeah, so basically meditation is basically what Marcus Aurelius was doing all his life, talking about this one. Yeah, so basically meditation is a concept within philosophy, within Stoicism, where basically talks about his life, right? Actually, fuck it, let's talk about finance, right? I kinda studied finance. Okay, so if y'all have seen Trump's tariff, right, on basically the entire world, I think China is 140%. Yeah, so I was like lucky in that sense. I bought the iPhone 16e like last month. I can't imagine like Apple having to raise up their costs, right? And it'll definitely be passed on to the consumer one way or the other through like higher accessories or what. So recently I've invested into the SPY when it was like the lowest. So SPY is basically the ETF of the S&P 500, where you can't buy and sell the index itself, right? You buy a exchange traded fund that tracks the index, and yeah, you buy and sell that, or you hold it for a long-term investment. Yeah, so recently I just put about $900 into it, and yeah, definitely made like about 2% profit, or like $20 from that. And yeah, so I think y'all definitely see like definitely not a Trump guy, like his personality, but I think one very good argument to his tariff is that he is trying to lower Fed's rate, right? When the Fed rate is lower, the interest accrued on government treasuries will be lower. So if you all know, I think the US is paying about $1 trillion a year in interest alone, and the current debt is about 33 trillion. So that's adding about like 3% every year. It's just for interest alone to the debt. So they definitely have to lower the interest rate payment. If they don't, right, I think like 100 trillion in like 10 years is definitely foreseeable, right? As if y'all know, those payments accrue and it grows exponentially each time they delay it. So yeah, so it's similar to in that sense, if you don't pay your debts, right, where the credit card interest just keeps accruing, and if you default on your credit card, y'all know that y'all can't like be eligible for mortgages and what. So that's the same thing for the US, right? Where the US is no different. If they do not if they default on their debt, rating agencies such as Moody's and the S&P will have to downgrade. I think currently it's about double A minus or double A plus, right? So the highest being triple A means they can issue their debt at the lowest possible interest rate, about I think more or less like around 2%. But now since you're AA plus, I think the interest by will be about around 3% a year, right? So if you all have seen recently, Treasury's yield has gone up. How have they gone up from the original, like perhaps when they issued about 3%? It's because people are selling the bonds, which makes the market value of it lower. Right? Let's say if they issued it at $1,000 at 3%, so you're getting $1,000. But if people are selling the bonds in the open market, so let's say from $1,000 becomes $900. So if you buy the bond itself from 900, so you still stand to gain from 900 when you buy it, you're still eligible to get about 1,030 back. So that's where you can see how the yield goes up when the price goes down. What the? Yeah, so basically and yield has been going down as the price as people have been selling off. And funny enough, China actually owns about 30%. Sorry, not 30%. 4 trillion of that 31 trillion of US debt alone. So China definitely has a what they call a nuclear option, which is just selling away all the US treasuries, which will bring down the price for current holders of the bonds, which will have a very huge downward pressure for people to just keep selling away their bonds. Yeah, so in that sense, it's definitely difficult for people to own bonds if such, like if the last resort happens. Right, if that's the case, China would definitely be one of the higher, would definitely stand to have like overtake the US. And if y'all seen the news as well, I think Goldman Sachs just raised the recession probability to 45% for the US this year. So that's something y'all have to watch out for if y'all are investing in the stock market or day trading. Right. Yeah, so pretty much that. If y'all want to see my investment portfolio, just drop a comment. Or y'all want to know more about finance in the future, just drop down a comment on that as well. Yeah, just let me focus on the game a bit right now. I'm fighting for C2. Goddamn. Nice. Shit. Yeah, I think sorry, just back to like finance in general. I think one issue about people would think is that like hedge funds, you know, like if y'all seen the show Billions, that they are very profitable. In actual case, most hedge funds underperform the S&P 500. So for the most part, you're like better off just throwing your money into the SPY ETF that tracks the S&P. Right, for the past 5 years, they average about like 10% in nominal return. So that's the difference between geometric and nominal return, where geometric you basically just take the return over the 5 years and divide it by 5. But that's not like accurate in the sense that focusing on like the 5 years in the same return as well. But then you are taking compounding effect. Yeah. So let's just take it as in the first year, you invest $1,000. but you don't take it out. You just leave the first 10% inside, and you just keep living there, and it grows. That compared to 10% a year, which
Good to have you.
if you assume $1,000 at the start, that's about, so first year 1,010, sorry, 1,100, 1,200, 1,300, 1,400. Yeah, so by the end you have 1,400. While if you use the nominal return with the compounding effect by leaving it in, so it's basically 1,100. Then afterwards, the 10% of that, which I can't remember, maybe 1,210, I think. Yeah. Then it just compounds over the 5 years. So that's something that you all have to learn about, is compounding effect. So just leaving your investment over like 10 years instead of taking out every year, it will actually lead to an exponential gain in returns. Yeah, and another form of return is what we call real return, where we take the nominal return, and then we add the inflation into it. So that's what you see like the real gains, right? So when you take into account like egg prices has been increasing, and you have to gain more than the increase to be an actual return, right? If you think about it. So that's what we call real return. Yeah. Why's the server lagging? Damn. Yeah, I don't know why the server is lagging. It's in my thing. Shit, 70. I get my thing spiking.
Capture the last sector. We're going to win this.
Yeah, but yeah, so and I think another concept. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm just trying out all these concepts to y'all. Just maybe take just pause and try to understand it. Another investment thesis is that when you're young, right, it's best to just throw mostly like everything into stocks instead of bonds and other form of debts, or like blue chip stock. You're better off investing into growth stocks such as like tech stocks at the start of your investing journey at 18 or 21. Yeah, so there's this concept called risk return over the years. So when you're younger, you want to take more risks, as even if you lose it, you still have time to accumulate it back. Well, maybe if you're 60, right, you're about to retire, it's best to have maybe 70% bonds, where bonds are what we call like the debt issued by the government, and those are generally safe, return probably like 3-4% a year. And yeah, just definitely just to help you keep with inflation. Stocks are the main growth driver of the portfolio. Within stocks, there are like multiple categories. One big growth stocks,
Artillery barrage
where you are holding it, expecting it to increase in value percent over the year. Yeah, and another one is called blue chip stock, where you're mainly investing in it, but it doesn't like return. It doesn't, like, the value of the shares doesn't go up as much. As it mainly you invest in it mainly for the dividends that you get paid like every quarter or every half annually, biannually by the company. It depends. So blue chip stock is something like Coca-Cola or some like banks. Like over here in Singapore we have PBS. Right, so those are definitely very good options. Let me focus. Yeah guys, this gun is hell lit. Yeah, so it's important that you all have like set aside some money every month to invest. Any brokerage is fine as long as it's reputable.
This is their last stand. Take the sector.
In Singapore, I personally use it. Right, that's just a preference. There's Webull and other. Both everything works just as fine. Yeah, so definitely understand and keep yourself invested in it. Right, reading up on financial news is very important. Right, I definitely recommend reading the Business Times. It's free, unlike New York Times, which is, I would say, it's better, right? But it definitely you need to pay for it. So I mean, either it depends. And yeah, definitely about with the Trump news, right? He may or may not be a Trump supporter, but his words are law, right? In a sense, if you don't understand what he's going to, y'all might be on the losing end.
We have enough forces left. Keep pushing and breaking through the
Yeah,
enemy
but
defense.
it's crazy, you know. If y'all seen like the stock market,
They've nowhere else to run. Final push.
Sorry, I think about 14% all in since he started. Since he started his presidency, which is the largest ever drop for a US president.
You're almost there.
And right before he reversed his Trump tariff, there was that leak in the White House, the tweet where they said they were going to reverse it. And if y'all had heard about it and bought options on it, you probably would have made like 400% return. So stock options is basically what we call a derivative, where it tracks the stocks. Something like an ETF tracks the index, but this tracks the stocks. So it has something called leverage. So when you buy like an option worth $400, every 1% movement in the stock could lead to about I don't know, like 60% upside. But if you bet wrongly, you could lose that same 60% like just as fast. So it's definitely riskier. Right. Definitely not recommended unless y'all know what you're doing, which probably everybody here do not know. Stick to playing Delta Force Mobile, guys. I'm joking, but yeah, this gun is amazing if y'all actually try it. I'll leave the screenshot here, and if I forget about it, I'll send y'all the code in the comment section. Yeah, guys, just let me know whether this mic is good, because I'm using the might not. So it sounds a bit like ASMR, and if y'all prefer this type of content, just let me know in the comments.
Medic! I'm here! Much appreciated!
Yeah, I know most mobile gamers are probably from Asia, right? Not much from the US. And yeah, so if y'all enjoy this type of finance stories or like finance concepts, just drop a comment. I definitely have more stories about my time studying finance in school, and the time I lost about $2,500
Good to have you!
day trading.
Victory in sight. They can't hold much longer.
Dude, I think I just found a hit glitch.
Come to my aid!
I just found a hit glitch.
Ledger here!
Yeah. So I'm not sure whether y'all enjoy this sort of like raw experience, right? While I'm playing the game and explaining certain stories.
Victory in
But
sight.
yeah,
They can't hold much longer.
I guess this is sort of my thing. Oh, we have to spawn all the way back. That sucks. Alright, we gotta run. Getting this side is impossible. How long has this game been running for? There. Bad recoil control. Yeah, so I see my recoil control definitely sucks. I'm getting this. Let's go. Yeah, so just let me know what devices you're using. I'm currently using the iPhone 16e. Alright. I was like, well, 950 Singapore dollars. I'm gonna lie. Yeah. But it was either this or the iPhone 16, which I didn't feel it was like worth it. Right, it was basically the same thing, just with the dynamic island for like $500 more. Yeah, it's like a bit stupid. Both devices use the OLED. Wow, can we get this side? This is virtually impossible. Yeah, but this game is super optimized. I'm playing like currently on ultra setting. It's incredibly smooth. Nice. Yeah, got me first.
Medic! I need help! Capture the last sector. We're going to win this.
Yeah, but over at university I'm pivoting to software engineering. Right. Fuck. How are we getting... I spawned right next to an enemy. That's insane. Well, teammates here. Come on, teammate. It's right behind you. Come on, let's spawn right back. We are never getting this side. Oh god. Why am I lagging? Fuck. Bro, why am I lagging so hard today?
This is their last line of
I'm
defense.
lagging again. What?
We've passed the halfway mark. Stay the course.
Bro, I actually killed. What's happening?
Down one!
Oh my god, I got it. Bro, I swear, like, are these bots? Bro, I'm lagging. That's insane. Lag is crazy.
Thank you. I mean it.
Yeah, so maybe another concept is called news investing, right? Where you're mainly basing off your stock entries, like when you buy it, through news. So I think recently India and Pakistan are going at it again, right? So maybe I haven't seen their stock market as I follow mostly the US side, but in the event where like there are wars, unethically, you may say, those defense sector stocks like Lockheed Martin or those like other companies that helps the government would generally go up, while other industry like in general would go down, just due to the fact that production may get disrupted and all. So sometimes it's best to follow
Victory in
news.
sight. They
Right.
can't hold much longer.
How am I lagging so hard?
We've
Oh my
sustained heavy
god.
losses,
My
but we
G2.
must push forward.
Get them, teammate. Get them. Alright guys, I guess I just end my commentary here and just focus.
Stay within the battlefield. Capture the last sector. We're going to win this. This objective can make or break the battle. Take it down. Victory in sight. They can't hold much longer. .5% troop force. Time to make our final stand. This is their last line of defense. One objective left. You're almost there. Capture the last sector. We're going to win this. Roger that. Artillery barrage incoming.
I'm injured!